Good afternoon and welcome to Guide to the Guide episode 6, Life, the Universe, and Everything Else, part 3. It's completely irrelevant, but I just went to the optometrist to get my prescription for my glasses updated, and my pupils are horrifically dilated right now. That's why I'm wearing sunglasses. And really, it's kind of trippy. And you want to know about trippy? I saw twice consecutive, in fact, last night, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's a great movie. Watch it, I dare you. But that's completely irrelevant. Now, finally, to wrap up everything, 7.5 million years of wandering led up to revealing the fact that the ultimate answer of life, the universe, and everything else, well, life, the universe, and everything was 42. And now, here in Life, the Universe, and Everything Else, I'm going to explain what I think it would mean for 42 to really be the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Again, this is because they wanted to explain everything. They wanted to explain logically why everything in the universe is the way it is. So they built a super smart computer to calculate it. 7.5 million years later, the second smartest computer in the world calculated that it is, in fact, 42. Although the question being very vague, the answer is very vague. And only by knowing the question will you truly understand what the answer means. But that just sends them on an even longer quest, even more waiting, until the smartest computer in the universe can calculate the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. And really, they just wanted to understand it. And in the movie of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, they don't really care about understanding it. They don't want it for the knowledge. They just want to be famous. But if you were to think about it like this, that is completely irrelevant to us. For you see, in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, they are mice they are mice which are the protrusions of pan-dimensional beings, which means creatures from another dimension that came to our universe, which means they are in fact from a different universe. Life, the universe, and everything. Only the answer of life, the universe, and everything only applies to the universe that the question was asked in. So 42 means nothing to us. It means everything in the world to me because I obsess about it. It means nothing to you if you haven't read the books. It means nothing to us, period, because we're not in the dimension that these people were from. These people are pan-dimensional, they're from a different dimension, and that means they are from a different universe. And I forgot my wallet. I think my uncle locked me out. But again, that's irrelevant. God, that sun is bright. The fact that they wanted to explain everything because they were debating. There were people whose jobs it were to tell people what the meaning of life was. Philosophers, people who would tell what they saw through visions, what the meaning of life was. But then came the second smartest computer in the universe, the second smartest computer ever created. If I said universe, it would just contradict everything I was just saying. It's the second greatest computer ever made. If they were to activate it, it would take their jobs away and take away everything they've done in their life and just ruin it all for the philosophers and put an end to all these arguments, put an end to all these differences which cause disputes, which cause war, stopping all war just by finding out what the meaning of life, the universe, and everything was. And by stopping war, they don't have a reason to fight. To fight is to feel pain. To feel pain is a reason to live. So therefore, to fight is a reason to live. They are not establishing who lives where and how they're going to live because they all agree on something. They're not going to establish any rules. They're not going to establish any differences. There's going to be no war and no life. That is, in fact, from SLC Punk. I did say previously I will quote that almost as much as I quote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy because there are a few smart things in SLC Punk. And if you can't tell, this is my uncle's van right here. I don't know if you care though. I need to check something. Well, really, this whole business of life, the universe, and everything, finding the true answer would contradict everything that we all live for. Here in this country, we're fighting for everything overseas. If we were to end those fights, then the world economy would probably not do so well. Weapons manufacturers would go out of business because nobody would ever be fighting. Weapon manufacturers go out of business, then here's where it gets crazy. Weapon manufacturers go out of business, there are no gangs, no gang violence, less people are dying, the world becomes overpopulated. We think that switching to can't remember what it's called. We think switching to organic food will be able to produce enough food for everybody, when in fact about 4 billion people would be left on the planet, but judging by the fact that nobody's dying in any violence or wars, I'm guessing that the world population will go up to about 8 billion, causing about half the people, 4 billion people on the planet, to starve to death because we thought that organic food would produce enough, when in fact it will not produce anywhere near enough. We need it mass reduced, we need it artificially produced, we need everything that's put onto it. And that is the everything else of my rants. That is the everything else that this whole 3-part series has been about. The everything else, the else is the man-made part of what is in the universe. The else is the fact that all produce that you buy, that you think is so great, that you all know and love, and all children don't want to eat, the carrots, the broccoli, all that stuff, it is artificially created for mass production. But if you were to make it naturally, there's not going to be enough to feed everyone on the planet. If the whole world were to switch, about 2 billion people would starve to death because there's not enough food for everybody. And that, my friends, is everything else.